was so sorry, and I read, and I actually got to meet Kate and Carolyn, the director and producer, that day. And I already loved the script. I had read the whole. I already loved it so much. It was Sammy was such a different character than anything I had really seen before, even in other films as well. And so I was just really excited to get to even read. And then I got the role. After a long period of waiting, I got the role, and one of the first things they had to do was meet with Kate and go over the script, go over kind of who our characters were. I got to meet Canon Omachi, who plays Patricia, and we actually had a different actor playing Angus Coe, and we had a little Coe-family meeting. But then 24 hours before our first day, that actor got recasted because our actor had a family emergency and got stuck overseas with his wife, and so Leo came in. And the first scene we shot was the scene where I'm yelling at him through the door after the arcade, so that was really fun to get to know him that way. I also met Maria very early on in the process, which was wonderful. I was already very nervous about being around such a big star, and so I was like, oh, I really hope I'm like not gonna be like awkward or something. But she's just so wonderful and so endearing, and we went to the Magic Castle, because what else do you do in preparation for a magic film? So we got to hang out, see a couple magic shows, and then we took our magic lesson, which, much like the film, was very difficult in the first few steps, because neither of us knew what we were doing. We were like fumbling around with these cards, but it was so much fun, and it was just really wonderful to get to go through kind of our characters and our characters' relationship with each other by real interaction.
So you answered a little bit of this, but like you going to the Magic Castle and then doing lessons, but how else did you prepare for this role?
Yeah, one of the things that Kate Sang had me do was she gave me this playlist that was sort of like Sammy's journey in a playlist. It was just a couple of songs that went from kind of her angrier side to going through that journey of that long, progressive, becoming more happy and seeing the world in a different way. So she had me listen to that. She gave me the journal that I use in the film to just sort of doodle around it, and she said she'd fill in like a lot of it, but I kind of was able to doodle and sort of have a lot of fun because I love art, and so I was able to sort of just like mess around, kind of get to know my character through that way as well. She gave me a deck of cards. There was just a lot of fun little things that we got to do that was sort of our characters in our lives as well.
Do you have any fun stories from the set?
Boy, what was a fun story?
The bunnies.
Oh yes, the bunnies. The bunnies were very cute, but there were two of them. We had two bunnies. And I remember in that first, I guess it's more of a fun little mention than a story. In the first scene where we see Margot and her magic act, that's actually my little sister, the girl with the missing two teeth. That's my little sister. And one of the funniest things was going like to collect those water droplets, and we just were staring at each other like, this is so funny, but neither of us can laugh. But also there were just like these bunnies that were like eating the little flower bed they were like laying on. They would like nibble on little things. They'd poop everywhere. That was the unfortunate byproduct. They just like leave little pellets all over the place. But they were really cute. They were really adorable. I guess, yeah, I mean, the fun story was that Leo and I literally shook hands, met, and then I got to yell at him.
What was his reaction to that? Like, hey, how are you? Okay, they're gonna yell at me. What was that like right after the scene was shot? Like,
Yeah.
What was the vibe?
Well, we got it in actually one take. That was a one-take scene, an unexpected one. I believe it was our first day shooting in that house. And I yelled at him. I opened the door and I was like, I'm really sorry. Like, I'm not mad at you, I'm sorry. But he's so wonderful, and he was just so like sweet, and he was really like great to get to know as well. But yeah, he definitely like understood. As actors, you do crazy things, and I think that for someone who's been in the industry a while, he's definitely very well versed in that, being able to forgive someone for doing those crazy things in the script.
Do you have a favorite scene from the movie?
Oh boy. My favorite scene was either Sammy's final magic act, or I'm gonna have to say probably not a scene that I was in. Oh wait, actually, no. My favorite scene is riding the big bunny. We actually had like this big like mechanical bull-esque rig, but it was just like a fluffy rabbit. And I remember we were filming like a lot of the Empress of the Moon stuff that day. But I walked in the studio and I just see this big bunny, and I was like, oh, this is interesting. It was very soft though. It was definitely one of the more adventurous, different things that I got to do while being on the set. So that was probably my favorite scene.
That sounds amazing.
And
You know, you have such a bright future, I think, ahead of you. Is there anything like on your bucket list, like a role that you're like, I want to do this, like in like the realm of acting, or even like other professions, like in the industry?
yeah, oh gosh. I feel like one of the biggest, obviously Marvel superhero, definitely on the list. But I've actually always wanted to be a director. I've wanted to be a director since I was younger, and working on this film with Kate Sang, who really inspired me to sort of go after that, especially as I'm getting into my, adolescent years. I definitely started exploring more of those opportunities, but yeah, I feel like every actor gets asked that question, what is your dream role? And I feel like I don't really have a dream role. I love exploring different genres and different acting styles. But Marvel superhero and becoming a director is those top two.
Great answers. Do we have any questions from the audience? Well, thank you so much for your time.